Hey there, YouTube. Mike Parker here. I just picked up a bottle, and I chose this bottle on purpose because I've heard all these people talking about the dreaded valley of death on a bottom of a bottle of these like wine bottles and stuff that have concave, uh, you know, concave bottoms. There's that one's got a pretty good dip in it there, you know. Anyway, you look at it, it's got a pretty good rounded bottom there, and I'm gonna knock the bottom out of this real quick. I use a landscaping spike and drop it down in there, slide it down in the bottle, really gently. And I'll take it back and pop it all the way around the whole bottom of the bottle if I can. There we go. Popped it out perfectly. All right, this is what we've got to deal with. Got a real concave hunk of glass there. Perfect bottom, which is that helps a lot right there. Anyway, now I'm going to get a piece of deer antler here, or here, let me set this down. Anyway, put the camera down here so you guys can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to show you how I knock the edges of this off, so I can get the. I'll bring the camera down here where you guys can see. Sit right there. A weight or something on this and hold this thing down. It doesn't want to sit still. It's not cooperating here. Okay. Sit right there and put a lock on it so it don't move. Okay. I'm going to grab a small, well, actually, pretty good sized little billet here, deer antler billet. I'm going to put some leather over my leg here. I've also got this rubber pad I like to put under me. And I use different color pads for different color materials, because some materials they show up better on the brown, some materials it shows up better on black, and other materials it shows up better on white. When you're working with like black stone, it's a lot easier to see. But I like for glass right now. Get this out of here and get my trash can over here. I got all this glass going all over the place. But anyway, I'm going to sit here and try to knock all this stuff off here. Just tapping it really lightly. I don't want to beat, you don't want to hit this too hard, because you don't want it to ring like a bell, because that makes the whole thing vibrate, and that's how it breaks. That's how you break stuff in half. And actually, I'm going to go from the inside here now. That going from that side and going past the center line is very dangerous, because then you're going to pretty much break your piece in half. I don't even want to hit that one right there, but I want to hit this stuff back away from there. Try to get me set myself up a good platform to shape this stuff, and do it just a little bit at a time. Really carefully. See, I'm not really hitting it real hard. I'm just barely just tapping my leg. There's putting the glass in between, and it's a lot like flint, but flint doesn't nap this easy. Obsidian does sometimes, if you get good obsidian, good grain, not real grainy stuff. You get real smooth stuff. I like the smoother obsidian. And this glass will teach you one thing. It'll teach you the angles that you need to be holding your material at when you're striking it with this here. And sorry, I was out of the camera there where you can't see what I'm doing anyway. But I'm just barely just tapping this. You know, you don't want to send it. You don't want to hit this stuff real hard because you don't want to shatter the piece. Like go all the way around gently, and stuff like that's perfect. But go all the way around the whole piece like that. Knock this all the way, all this stuff off. And I'm taking my time. I've seen guys do this stuff faster. I'm not in a hurry. I want to take my time. I also don't want to get a lot of this glass dust in there because I don't want to be breathing this stuff in because it's really dangerous. Yeah, I shouldn't even be doing this inside, but I should actually have my fan going, but it's too cold to turn the fan on right now, and I got a little heater over here behind me, though, blowing air around in here, so. Okay, so now when I hit this straight down this way, I'm knocking flakes that are going back into the material this way. And the steeper the angle this way that you're pointing, that you strike it at, the longer the flakes are going to be. But then you're also, let's be real careful about when you start taking longer flakes, and don't try to take long flakes too soon because you'll destroy the piece. And the whole trick to me to learning the flint knapping is learning that angle to hold the material that way, you know, and learning the angle that you're holding your material at is the key to being a master flint knapper. I think is knowing where and when and how to strike and what angle, what direction to strike from on different things, like this edge here, for instance. You know, you get in here and I want to turn this up because I know that edge is going to go back that way, and I'm trying to trim this edge off till I can get into the center line of the material. That's what I'm trying to achieve here anyway with this. But anyway, I'm going to stop right here, and we'll get back to when we finish knocking this stuff off of here. And I'm going to try to get it down to this second ring, this right in here, this ring right here. You can see. I want to try to get it down to that. If I can get that down to that, I got pretty much a magnifying glass. Also, you can get a magnifying glass, you know, out of a broken bottle. You can start a fire with that. I'm sure you could. You know, why couldn't you? Why couldn't you start a fire with that in the sun, you know? I don't see why you couldn't. It works fine on my hand, you know, why can't you? Perfect magnifying glass. That's a heck of a find in the woods right there if you're desperate and need a fire. You know, a very smooth surface there. Heck yeah. Another use for broken bottles, guys, right there. You survivalists, you don't have a magnifying glass? Guess what I just got out of trash off the road, man. But anyway, I'll stop it right there, and I'll nap this off, and I'll decide if I want to keep it as a magnifying glass or use it for an arrowhead. Thanks for watching.